They got a lot of people in the world that don't believe that good people exist based on who they are as a person and also based on how they were raised and their experience. If you are born from, for instance, if you are a child who is born from infidelity, you might tend to believe that infidelity is not so bad. If your father or your mother abandoned you and you're still here, you might tend to want to say it's not so bad that your father or your mother abandoned you. But the truth is that all of these are wounds that we're supposed to be working through, not making excuses for. And there's nothing wrong with coming out and saying, this is my past, which was out of my control, but my future is in my control. I would encourage anybody to challenge their beliefs that come from their experiences as a child, because we come into the world however we get here, and we get whichever parents we get, and we get whatever programming and conditioning exists for us based on where we live, based on how we look, and so on. But that is not who we really are. That is just what was done to us. However, who we really are is in the beauty in us as a person. And if we can hold on to that and keep seeking truth instead of just accepting the narrative that has been given to us, we'll be better off. Some of us, we really don't believe that good people exist anymore because we have become a bad person. But why? Due to the things that happen to us. Now we're desperate for attention, acceptance, all kind of stuff. So we do underhand things to feel good. Now we think everybody's underhanded. So we think it's okay for us to be this way because everybody's this way, right? No, everybody in that way. There's still good in the world. And there's still always, even in an imperfect world, ideals. So if we don't have an ideal situation, we didn't come up with the ideal situation, you know, somebody lick out your two front teeth, you don't gonna make it know that missing teeth is a thing. You don't have to make missing teeth into a style. You could find out how you could get back your teeth to look how they should look. And the joke is, when we keep making excuses and putting plasters on all these sores and stuff like that, we never get the good feeling that comes from when things are actually right in our life. And we never get the ability to forgive and to grow with others in the way how, because we dealing with life the way how no one maybe forgave us or maybe wanted to grow with us because we were around the wrong people. Now we have become the wrong people. So next time that you question somebody's motives, or you feel as though there's a need to see everything in a negative light, which happens to a lot of us, even when you're trying to be kind, it happens because life is hard. Think about how much of that is actually true versus how much that depends on the location you're in, the people you're around, the way you were raised, and the people around you were raised, because everybody ain't got that problem, and ideals exist. And I'll give you an example before I finish. If you watch Chinese, Korean, any sort of Asian films, you will see how they view cooking as an art form. But you might live in Barbados and you might be a chef, and yes, there might be food and wine festival or something else like that, but the average Barbadian person might not view cooking as an art form. Therefore, every time you do something creative, they judge you for it. They say you don't know how to cook and you don't know what you're doing. But every time, and obviously I'm using personal experience, but you might go around somebody that's a tourist or someone who's cultured, and I use Asians because they have a lot of movies about cooking, and that person is so excited about your creativity. You have to tell yourself, the first man that made pudding and sauce was a creative. The Africans, when they were given cornmeal instead of yam, and they still made cocoa when there was no fufu, was creative. And you have to continue your creative journey. If you sit down and watch people that feel that beef stew is the only, way how to cook cube beef or whatever, people that are stuck in their ways because of living within the brainwash of their nurture, what was around them, who raised them, then you yourself will never grow. And this applies to us emotionally, physically, in every way. If you hang around a lot of obese people who do not care anything about their health, you too will end up like that. But if you can see there is an ideal for me, despite the fact that this is where I am right now, I don't have to stay here if I don't want to, then you can grow. Have a good weekend. Today is my son's 15th birthday. He's not even my first child. It got me feeling old. but also very, very blessed. And I just want to say, have a great day, everybody. Yeah, I gone.